Welcome to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we speak up and speak out about all taboo topics and make them normal and acceptable. You are invited to be curious, to try something new, and stay open to provocative perspectives. I'm your host, Simona Spark, a best-selling author, international speaker, transformational coach, and so many other things. Beyond anything else, I'm a woman who stopped following other people's rules and started creating my own. In this space, we are going to get naked by stripping away insecurities, self-judgments, and all kinds of limitations so we can reach in for the essence of who we really are, Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever-evolving. Thanks for listening. Welcome back. Welcome to the Bear Lifestyle. I am so happy that you are here again. And I want to say a special welcome for those of you that just arrived here in this space for the first time. I'm glad you find me. And as always, I want to start with celebration, celebrating myself, celebrating you, and celebrating everyone that is listening and is watching our podcast. Cheers, celebrating with the best drink there is, water. So let's get to it. This is the last episode that I'm tuning in from beautiful Bali. Hello from Bali. I am flying out the day after tomorrow. So here's what I want to talk with you about today. New beginnings. Who's up for that? Who's interested in that? As you know, if you've been following me for a while, I've been on this trip for the past, end of August, 5 months. Now I'm just like picking up my toys and start packing and ready to fly back to United States. I kind of keep you posted on what happened and events and reflections and insight that I had throughout this journey. And here's the truth, though. I know that a lot has changed and shifted and transformed, but I can't put my finger on everything. So I am just so excited and nervous to be out of this and get into the point when all the pieces are integrated to discover who I have become, right? That's the work of transformation, isn't it? Most of the transformation happens and occurs without our awareness at first. So on the high side, we could, when we actually integrate that piece, we could look back and say, oh, that's coming from there, or it's got shifted there, or it start occurring in that moment, right? I want to invite you to look back into your life, to pick up the moment the closest to the present time, the moment where you know that was a turning point for you. So usually it's an event. Usually it's an event that have you look at the world differently, or have you literally stop in your track and reset and recalibrate, right? So see how closer you could go. It could be something from last week. It could be a month ago, 3 months ago, right? And to be fair, those moments are happening all the time. It's just we are not aware of them, as I just said. So I was looking like the end of August when I started this journey. And I start typing into a document, like what are the moments, what are the things, and, go through my pictures, because those are the evidences and trigger the memory, right? And just scroll through my phone, and I cannot believe how many things happen. It's incredible. incredible. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Honestly, go through your phone. If you're someone who take pictures constantly just to capture that moment, it's very useful to look at those pictures and let them trigger the memory, what happened in that day and when that happened, right? So last weekend, if you are familiar with the moon energy, I like to work with the energy of the moon. I think it's beautiful and powerful. Last weekend, we had a new moon, which is such a beautiful energy to start new habits, to decide of a new directions, to open new doors, to meet new people, right? And so much more that you could work with this moon energy. But just to generalize and extract just one piece, new moon, it's about new beginning, and the full moon, it's about letting go of the things that no longer serve us, right? So for me personally, and see how this applies to you, when it's come to the new beginning with new doors, new chapters, new anything new, right? It's very important for me to look what happened until that point. Like something happened. I've been collecting some insights. I have some desires, some wishes, some goals, or whatever you want to call it, dreams, that got me into this present moment when I want something new, right? Why? Because I now have enough information and enough transformation to know that I want to go into a new direction. But it's important, people say, let go of the past, don't look in the past. It's important to collect those lessons, to collect those evidences. So for those of you that just arrived here for the first time and you haven't watched the other episode, or you haven't listened to the previous episodes, I will recommend you to go to the one from the last week of December, because I kind of touch on this a little bit, how to conclude, to close a period of time. And then we get to be present. And then we get to ask the most powerful and so annoying sometimes questions: what do I want now? What do I want now as the person who I am today? What do I want now with this knowledge? What do I want now after I went through this transformation? What do I want now after I have this amazing experience? What do I want now after I have this traumatizing experience, right? Life happens all the time, with or without our permission. Some things are happening feel good, some things are happening feel bad, but life happened. And regardless if the events feel good or bad, they leave an imprint on us. And it's affecting our identity. So that disconnect that you feel, that I want to go there, but I don't know who I am, and all the things, is just to realize that your identity with your beliefs and your habits are not congruent. And I know we talked about this before, and I know for sure that we're going to talk about this again. But for this episode, I want you to focus on collecting the evidences, the insights, the lessons that you are aware of, because you might not be aware of all of them, from the last turning point in your life. Bring them all into the present and allow yourself to redefine your dream. Do you hear me? Redefine your dream. The things that you've been working towards a year ago, 6 months ago, had changed. Every time you change, every time you have a new lesson, a new evidence, those pieces that I'm asking you to make a list of them, to be aware of them, they all impacted your future already. Why? Because they transform you, and now you are a new person, and now you see the world differently. But please, 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 do not stay rigid with your dream, because that's what most people do. They go through transformation, they evolve, they expand, and they're holding tight on the dream they have. When I was a little girl, right? How many times we hear that? But it's like you're not a little girl anymore. Now you're a grown woman with a life experience, even though you didn't get to that dream yet. And now you feel powerful and you have the resources to work towards that dream. That dream change. Just pause for a minute and ask yourself how that dream might look like now from this place. And then, as always, I invite you to apply your own practice, regardless if it's like setting intention, in the energy of a new moon, or if you journal, or you record, or you sing, or you dance it off, whatever you do, it doesn't matter. There is no right, wrong practice. The practice that aligns with your heart, that's the perfect practice for you to be intentional, to declare, to claim, to redefine, redirect, and decide, this is my new dream. This is what I'm after today. So important. Today, not tomorrow, today. And why is that? Well, you already know. Tomorrow, you wake up a new person with a new insight, with your new perspective. And then you get to look back into the dream and say, how that it's impacting how I see the dream, how I desire the dream. Desire never dies. Desire won't die. Still want you to have that dream. But what changed is the nuances and the details and the specificity of the dream. Why? Because it's always projecting this new identity from today, and then your new identity from tomorrow, and then for the next day, and so on. So I'm very excited about this topic because when I say it was a turning point for me, like I look as a turning point 5 months ago when I left US. Now I'm like, oh my God, this is another turning point. And I'm still in this energy of the new from the last weekend. And so much happened last weekend. Oh my God. I won't share the details with you, but not yet. But I will when the pieces are integrated, because that's how I roll. But to realize, like, I'm in another turning point. I'm packing my suitcase. I'm flying out the day after tomorrow. I'm going back to United States. And I am so excited to see my kid. Like, I can't even express it. I don't even have words for it. And I'm also excited to discover who I have become in all this time. And you'll know, because I'll tell you. So that's what I have for today. Once again, please look back, collect the evidences and the insights that help you grow and expand, bring them into the present, invite them into the integration process to align them with who you are and with your beliefs and with your habits. And then allow yourself to get curious about how your dreams might have changed because of those insights, because of this transformational moments that life offers, regardless if they have you feel good in a moment or they have you feel bad in a moment. They all transform you into the person that you are today. That being said, I wish you an amazing day, a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week from United States, California. I wish you a bear lifestyle. Love you, everyone. Mwah. Thank you for tuning in today. I would love to hear from you. What inspired you? What triggered you? And what interests you? Please join the conversation by leaving your comments and your insights. Explore more about Bear Experience at simonaspark.com/bear. I hope you listen, follow, rate, and review all of our episodes. I can't wait to have you back. Till then, be Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving.